guys. Just about to get in here. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for joining. Move screens here. Had to work some stuff out real quick. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got multiple severe weather threats to cover right now. Right now, we're looking at around the Dallas area. We actually got multiple severe weather threats for Arkansas, Oklahoma County. Or sorry, this is Arkansas and Oklahoma. Sorry, I thought those were counties. But this is severe thunderstorm warnings for Little River, McCurtain, and Seaver County, Oklahoma into Arkansas, and that is not too far from Texarkana. So it's going to be moving towards the Texas Arkansas line as well. There's another one here over northeast Texas. This is near Sulphur Bluff, Sulphur Springs, over towards the east of Dallas. So yeah, I didn't have a chance to. I was watching it. A lot of tornadoes dropping in Tennessee. I think one dropped in Ohio, from what I heard today. Pretty wild. Right now, we have severe weather going on in Mississippi as well. This is for Holmes and Humphreys and Lefore County, as well as Launders, Nextby, and Oak. Okatiba, is it Tiba? Okatiba, counties in Mississippi. So yeah, it's gonna be an active pattern at least until I think Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see what happens beyond there, but yeah, it's gonna be more of the same. Colorado right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is near Lemon, Colorado. New Mexico, near Springer. Had a couple of strong storms in Colorado and New Mexico today. This is kind of on that panhandle line with Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. A report of a wall cloud in rotation there. Another strong storm, severe storm near Childress, Texas. So yeah, it's pretty wild. And we got a whole bunch of other severe storms going on right now in the Dallas Metroplex. Those should be exiting out, but some monster hail has been falling with these storms as well. Um, that's going over into Grandview. You have another one going towards Waco with the TVS signature for rotation. So we'll pop that real quick. Take a look at our velocity. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to hit that like button, share this out. Yeah, there's actually a pretty good rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if you had a rotating wall cloud near Mount Clem right now. On further analysis, let's take a look at this real quick. And you can see where this is rotating right here, coming towards Axtell, Kansas, or Axtell, Texas, near Leroy. Oh, you were in it? Oh, dang. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. Sorry I'm up late, guys. I just got home from work, saw that the severe threat was still continuing. I still was looking at some tornado potential possibly here in Texas. And this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. This could go warned as it gets near Waco. So we're gonna watch this. I've had a couple of areas of strong rotation. This one has now fallen apart. This one looked actually pretty nasty at times. I'm at home right now forecasting. There's no way I'm making it to Dallas or Waco at this hour. It's going to be too late. Oh, sweet. That's awesome, Sam. I'll have to check that out. Been having a couple little issues tonight with YouTube, so yeah, that's a little bit concerning. We're gonna have to keep watching that one north of Waco right now. That one has some spin on it. So we'll have to keep seeing what's gonna go on. If you guys can, please share this out. Hit that like button. Get this information out because we are still under a multi-area severe weather threat. This is going to be for Hill, Limestone, and McLennan counties. This is just north of Waco, and this storm has been rotating. God, this software tonight is super glitchy. I'm just gonna have to pop in between these. Looking here. Don't think this is coming towards Austin. I think Austin, you should be in the clear. This is gonna go south and east. Yeah, it's just kind of dropping right now. We'll see what happens here. The storm is projected to go toward closer to College Station. Is the track that it's kind of on. We'll take a look here at our. I don't know what's wrong with my computer tonight. It seems like it's running really, really warm. Okay, that shouldn't have closed that. Okay. Oh, I don't know what this red box. There we go. It could be because it's really hot in my room right now. I've put the fan on here, so hopefully it can try to cool things down a little bit. Yeah, it could be. Some very high instability lately. Definitely could have an enhanced severe threat. Yeah, my computer's like thermo throttling right now. It's my computer kind of took some damage on a chase, and I think it might have screwed up one of the fans, possibly. Something else I gotta get fixed. Um, but I do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Got a TVS indicator with this storm. This is something that's a little bit on the concerning side for Texas right now. We can take a look at that precip and how it's trying to form that really definitive hook over Leroy. Leroy, if yeah, this is. I'm a little concerned that there may be a tornado embedded in there. Or it's trying to gear up to drop one. Leroy Axtell, you need to be under shelter right now. This is a severe storm. It's capable of producing a tornado. Just yeah, it's a little that is a little bit of broad area of rotation, and it's kind of trying to get a couplet going together right here. It's a little side lobed right now, so hopefully it remains that way. Um, but yeah, that rotation it's definitely got that hook echo. Yeah, definitely some hail embedded in this, up to baseball size hail, in this hail core here. So possibly really, really dangerous storm. It's really hard to tell what's going on here, but it definitely is rotating. It is probably got probably has a pretty decent rotating wall cloud on this, if not a funnel. Yeah, it's hitting a little bit of shear right now. Gotta watch this up here too, eventually. You've had a couple of these outflow boundaries, and it can kind of enhance the spin sometime on these storms. Yeah, that and it's becoming kind of a rain wrap circulation too. We'll just have to keep seeing the next couple of radar slides. I'll also pop into the level 2 radar here, kind of see what's going on. Maybe it'll. Yeah, it's kind of giving us the same picture right there. It's a little close for comfort for a rotating storm, but if he's remaining in the inflow area of the storm, he might be in a good position. So we'll have to keep watching there. Is this KGRK? No, this is not even KGRK. Let's take a look at what KGRK is saying. Thank you so much for the 16 people watching. Yeah, KGRK has a little bit more of a definitive area. Let's take a look at their reflectivity. And if there was a tornado that forms, it's going to be right here. That's just going to be just north of Leroy, and that's going to move towards Axtell. Um, kind of a different dangerous situation playing out right now. Hopefully, it doesn't drop a tornado, but it is very close to the vicinity of Waco, Texas, right now. This is just north of Waco, Texas Metro. Okay, it doesn't look as organized right now. Hopefully, it remains that way. We actually have a hail spike here, which is always crazy to see. This meaning some large hail is falling in this storm right now. This is probably some baseball-sized hail falling in that storm, and it's saying 2.25, so just under baseball size. Coming towards Hillsboro right now, near and Abbott, Texas. If you're in know the North Texas area, just south of Dallas. That is a hail spike. So this thing has some destructive hail on it. This is probably radar contamination due to hail, but this one is no longer looking. That last update doesn't look as strong, so hopefully it remains that way. Yeah, we're really gonna need to watch this area right here for a potential. tornado. Because the last frame, it kind of just got a little bit stronger. So we'll have to see what keeps happening. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you guys have any questions at any time, please feel free to ask. We're going to keep monitoring these threats here for severe weather. I wish I could try to make it up there, but it would take me over 3 hours to try to get to that spot from San Antonio. New severe thunderstorm watch is going to probably take place in extension of the previous one. We got 12 people in here, guys. Hit that like button, share this out. Sorry it took a while to get this stream up and running. Huh. So those live streams did work, but they were on private for some reason. Okay, well, good to know that for the future. I'll have to set that in my... I need to fix something real quick, y'all. No, don't close it. We're watching a couple of areas of severe weather in Texas right now. There is some rotation involved with these storms. Uh, Keeps going in between being organized and not being organized. So, hey, K Moore, I'm in Mount Clem. Okay. Yeah, just please be safe. If you're in Mount Clem, you should be out of the worst. It's areas near Hallsberg, down towards probably Riesel area, and going south towards Marlin. I'm not sure if it's gonna try to detract and go towards Waco, but I think it's gonna go southeast from what I see. There is a broad area of rotation right now, something we're watching carefully here. Not seeing anything super alarming. It kind of is fluctuating, so making me wondering. It's making me wonder if it's going in a cycle here. Sometimes you can have different cycles within a severe cell that with the rotation, and I think that's what's going on. One thing that I see here is the lightning. A lot of it is not in this inflow region. So that's... See, where you get a lot of this lightning in the inflow region, that's usually a good sign that storm is still trying to really pump up. We're going to take a look here at our Waco storm. This is going to be radar indicated 2-inch hail and 65 mile per hour winds. A lot of cloud to ground lightning going on with this. This is for Waco, Belmead, Lacey, Lakeview, West, Mart, Hubbard, Coolidge, Hallsburg, Trending House, Creek Reservoir, Lake Mexia, Fort Parker State Park, Northcrest, is it Goulson? Leroy, Mount Clem, Ross, uh, is it Tanuka? Tenanuka, uh, Tuacana, Malone. Sorry, my apparently I need glasses or something. Penelope and Watt. If you're in those areas, just be wary that there is severe weather in your area. Um, and this does have a little bit of rotation, so we're gonna keep watching that. Some very large hail is falling within this storm. It doesn't look as organized. It actually looks like what's gonna happen is this thing is possibly going to do a cell split. Sometimes that can result in some enhanced shear wrapping in. So we'll have to see if that splits. That might become an issue because then that left split, this bottom one, can take advantage of more of that enhanced shear and kind of go crazy. Thank you so much for the 18 people watching. Make sure to hit that like button, share this out, and let me know where you guys are from. We also have this supercell here. That one is also has been showing signs of rotation at times. Uh, Large inflow region with a lot of lightning, very healthy storm. Also has had some pretty destructive hail. We'll take a look here at, oh, okay, so it's already on KFWS. Um, don't see that hail spike anymore. 3-inch hail is being indicated with this storm. So, okay, yeah, very large destructive hail falling in this storm. Let's take a look at the warning. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That does, I think it had some bigger hail earlier, but yeah, still a destructive storm going towards Whitney and Hillsborough. Also Morgan, possibly into Meridian, and that's going to push south into this area. So we'll have to see what happens as a result of this little cell split. Um, this might just eventually all become one big MCS type thing, and that's going to drop south, possibly into Houston if it can make it all the way there. There's plenty of heat and instability for these storms to feed off of for hours and hours and hours. I don't think this is going to be kind of a one and done. These storms are kind of just getting started. It all depends on how these storms keep interacting with the environment. Right now, for areas around Austin, San Antonio, not a whole lot going on. Out towards San Angelo, there's a couple of storms right now on I-10. This is going to be near Sheffield, just west of Fort Stockton. These are going to be moving northeast over probably towards, let's see, like Mason, Brady, Junction area of Sonora, El Dorado, that kind of general direction. Couple of severe thunderstorm watches. New Mexico still under a severe thunderstorm watch warning and watch. And there's also one for Guyman, Oklahoma, and Spearman, Texas. Um, so there is some pretty large hail falling with these storms here. Bad radar coverage. We could pop over into the Amarillo radars, probably going to give us the closest look, and just some absolutely large destructive hail probably falling with this storm right now. Um, so we're going to just keep watching, and we also got some more stuff in Mississippi, some decently large hail falling with these at times, 1.75-inch hail falling in Mississippi at this hour. Hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you could type in the chat, hey, what's up, Ryan? Hopefully you're having a good night. Sorry, I didn't see you there before. I just had somebody who was uh, really awesome what they did. They went on my wish list and bought four new tourniquets for to add to the medical supplies, so we have a constant stock. Um, so yeah, if that ever comes again with a major emergency where we need tourniquets, we're gonna have more than enough. So thank you. I think it was is it Celeste donated those four tourniquets, so we have eight now, which is amazing. Awesome. Tourniquets are used for looks like I may be out tomorrow here in Southeast Colorado. Awesome. Tourniquets are used to stop bleeding. That's the main goal. There's straps that you tighten down if somebody's like has like a really dangerous bleed. Let's say they um, have a really deep laceration from tornado damage, and you need to stop that bleeding immediately. That's what those help with is to cut off the blood flow, so they can maybe save their life in enough time. This is like if they cut like a major vein or artery, it can help stop the blood and help save their life. Um, or if they lose a limb or something like that, you can stop the blood flow so they don't bleed out. So I am CPR certified. I am not medically trained except for CPR certification. But I keep those just in case I can hand them out to people who are EMTs and be able to help save lives and have a stock. So um, I really do appreciate those because they do go a long way. Um, yeah, I never want to use them, but I'll be glad if it comes to the time where it's needed. Looks like this storm here to the south that looked like it might try to do something. I'm gonna watch this new hook. It looks like it's going through like a hook cycle, hook replacement on this supercell. I thought it was gonna split, but it's kind of just becoming one big storm now. Um, this might end up colliding with this storm or trying to take dominance of this storm. So we'll see what happens. This one up north has a little broad area of circulation, so we'll keep watching that as time goes on. Definitely has kind of a interesting little appendage to it. We got is it Bosk, uh, Boak, Hill, and Johnson counties. That's going to be this one. We have Delta, Hopkins, and Lamar counties. This is near Sulphur Springs and Mount Vernon, Texas. Um, that severe thunderstorm is actually going to move towards Mount Vernon, Mount Pleasant. So if you're in this area, please make sure that you have a way to get warnings. Please, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. And we do appreciate the 10 people watching. Um, we're just going to kind of go through all of our severe thunderstorm warnings. We also have Alabama right now with this kind of bow echo, probably 60 mile an hour winds, and some very small hail. Just watch out. This could have some isolated areas that are stronger than 60 and have some damaging winds. We also have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, and where we have some large destructive hail actually going on in Mississippi, near Hollandale, Arcola, near Greenville, Mississippi, right now at this hour. This is going to be moving towards. Uh, this is actually not too far from Rolling Fork. Um, Earlier this year, there was a pretty horrific tornado that occurred, almost EF5 tornado, just a couple of miles shy of an EF5, and it ended up just absolutely devastating the small town of Rolling Fork. I was positioned here on Highway 61 as that tornado went right through the core of that town, and it traveled up towards Silver City. So that tornado literally went like that, hitting both towns, 56.5 miles track there. And then there was a couple more tornadoes that would form and keep going up, almost into Alabama. I actually think one did go into Emory, Alabama. That was a rough night. So hopefully the people of Rolling Fork are hopefully starting to recover from the damage. It's going to take many, many years to get that town back on its feet. But yeah, there is some large destructive hail potentially going towards Rolling Fork right now. So my prayers are with those people. Silver City, Rolling Fork. Yazoo was another town in 2010 that got very hard hit. Um, and then, of course, you had Philadelphia in 2016. Or, sorry, 2011. So, um, thank you so much for the 13 people watching. Do appreciate y'all. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not live chasing. I would love to be live chasing if I had the opportunity. We got 14 people watching. We have 8 likes, guys. Help share this out. Um, Let people know that we're live here. I don't know why the thumbnail for this stream chose that. That was a weird thumbnail that this thing chose. 22 likes. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna change that real quick. Just trying to find a thumbnail that'll work for this stream without having to go and create a whole new thumbnail. I can just put a temporary placeholder. There we go. I think people didn't see the threat, the live stream because of the previous thumbnail I had on there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm trying to get the I'm trying to get people's attention to what's going on here. The radars in New Mexico are just really really tough to try to get any sort of good image out. There's just a lot of hail involved with these ones in New Mexico. I don't see it going tornado warned per se. We do have these storms down here in Texas currently right now. Pop over to KEWS or KFWS. We got a little bit of a broad circulation here. Another little tiny weak inflow region there. This storm pattern this year has been weird. Yes, it has. Hey, what's up, Yao Ming? What's going on? Oh, Lord. Yeah, so we're just gonna continue to watch these two supercells. One of them's gonna have to kind of fight for dominance of the other one. Uh, but yeah, we're gonna keep watching this. Did I not save it? No, it's definitely saved. Yeah, a lot of low shear high cape events where you see a lot of these southeast movers. Um, you also have had some high, like decent shear high cape events where they've produced some pretty big tornadoes. Um, just it is a funky weather pattern. A lot of southeast and southwest, northwest movers this year. I've seen due south movers like this one right here that just kind of fizzled out. This storm pretty much absorbed that one. Yeah, these storms generally have a mind of their own here. Rotation on that one was pretty strong earlier. This northern one's kind of taking dominance of that other cell. Um, I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, you and me both. At least I'm not driving into it tonight. I'm far too tired. Plus, I got work tomorrow, so I wouldn't be able to anyway. Too far away. It would take me an hour and a half just to get through Austin, and then another hour, and it'd probably take me close to 2 hours actually, almost, to get out of Austin and then try to blast north. It just does not make sense at 11 o'clock at night. There's a bunch of other storm chasers on these storms, so we'll just let them see. Yeah, these two are gonna combine. Be interesting to see what happens when they do that. We got that storm near Childress. We'll pop over to the KDFR radar. It's a kind of a small little supercell, or it was uh, much more defined earlier. Let's take a look at the Amarillo. Yeah, it had some large hail because I could see the three body scattered spike on this. It's very much weakening right now. Detective Riggs is out there. Yeah, so that storm's falling apart right now. So that's a good sign. That had some very large destructive hail in between Amarillo and Childress. That's actually a good little educational thing. Have you guys ever heard of a three-body scatter spike? It's these interesting little spikes that show up on radar, and that's because of the beam of the radar crossing through that hail core, and you get this like shatter effect on the radar, and the beam gets deflected off of that hail. So it's called a hail spike or a three-body scatter spike. So that could have been probably about 2.5 to 3.5 inch size hail at its peak. Yeah, like right there. That thing had a mean hail spike on it. That's not any precipitation. That is just basically the radar beam deflecting off of that hail right here. Three bodies scatter spike, or hail spike. Little education for you guys. I always love pointing out hail spikes. Probably one of my favorite radar phenomenons. Minus the bats. We get a lot of bats here in Texas. Yeah, see, that's looking a little sus. But that's on reflectivity, but it does have a hook, so as long as it doesn't have a tight rotation. Yeah, see, that's some strong inflow in this storm right now. It is gearing up. There's some RFD, some rear flank downdraft winds trying to wrap into the inflow region. This is still an area of concern right in through there. Gonna have to really watch this inflow notch. You have the winds actually wrapping around here. That is going to be your inflow notch there, and then you have this cold rain uh, and wind and hail wrapping around the edge here. And that could get things to spin. So nothing tornadic right now, just something to watch, but it does have a clear hook on radar, so giving it a little attention. This one also does too, but it's not as pronounced as that one is right now. And I think this one's about to absorb that. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Thank you guys for joining in. I do appreciate y'all so far for tuning in. I hope the stream looks good for you guys. I try to put the stream. I try to put where the stream looks professional, unless I'm storm chasing and then I'm live streaming straight off of my phone. We have 15 people in here. Make sure to hit that like button, share this out, y'all. We got multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's not just focus on that one, those two right now. We're also going to go to near Mount Pleasant. That storm is looking like it's sort of falling apart in the last couple frames. We also have Birmingham, Alabama, with a little bit of a squall line moving through Birmingham right now, coming towards Talladega Springs, Childersburg, and over towards Waldo. Hey, look, we found Waldo. Um, Colorado, near Lemon, Colorado, some severe weather with some small hail, gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. Back again over Mississippi, and this is near Greenville with some actual pretty large hail falling with this storm. They're saying up to 4 inch. I could say that it's probably producing golf ball size hail is what people are reporting. So definitely something to watch. That is some large hail that can cause some damage. So definitely be safe out there, y'all. If you're going towards uh, Rolling Fork, unfortunately. Luis, hey, what's up, Cody? Welcome in. Yeah, it's going over some of those very hard hit areas from the 24th of uh, 24th of June. Sorry if I keep getting choked up because I have kind of PTSD from that night still, and just the fact that another supercell's rolling through that very similar area as they're trying to clean up, it just breaks my heart. I still pray for those people every day. I saw a lot of bad things that night. A lot of us did. A lot of us storm chasers who were chasing the Rolling Fork EF4 saw some pretty bad stuff because we were the first responders on scene. Um, so right now we have. I'm not even gonna pay any attention to the Canadian severe thunderstorm warning right now. 12 people watching. Another large hailer near Stratford, Texas. This is up near the Panhandle. We were actually chasing up here a couple weeks, about 2 weeks ago. Ended up bagging 4 tornadoes near this area, which was pretty wild. Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was up in Stratford. Yeah, that was crazy. Because we started, I can't remember where we actually started. Yeah, we started near Spearman, and those storms went northwest and started dropping tornadoes along that highway. So that was kind of weird. Thank you guys for joining in. I do appreciate you. Um, New Mexico, Alabama, right now. This one being in Bibb, Jefferson, Shelby, and St. Clair counties in Alabama. We also have this one as well that's going through um, Birmingham, Alabama at the moment. And this one's dropping from Aliceville near Tuscaloosa. So we got a couple of other severe thunderstorm warnings. One near Abilene. Take a look here. This is going to be just north of Sweetwater. This is going to be Aspermont, near north of Hemlin and Stamford. If you're in Haskell, just watch these storms carefully. They're going to be moving in through your area. We got another little storm here. This is riding along right on I-10. Probably a little bit of lightning going on right now. This is going to be pushing off towards El Dorado area, probably Eden, Brady eventually, if it can sustain itself that long. Strong storms making their way now. We got a new warning for North Waco Metro for this storm here. Guys, if you're in the Waco area, you really need to be paying attention to this storm. Watching that Alabama line from my window, it's getting closer to Atlanta. I hear you, Ed. Yeah, see, it doesn't have a very tight, there's no rotation on this storm right now, so that's good. Put these storms in motion here. Really bad radar coverage up in northeast Texas, now near Mount Vernon, Sulphur Springs. Made chasing up there November 4th, 2022, where there was a couple of fatalities near Paris, Texas, in the little town of Powderly. It made it very hard to chase up here because the radar is so far away, but they will be soon adding a new radar to the town of Durant. So, looking forward to that eventually. So that's for Red River County as well as Camp Franklin, Red River, and Titus counties. Alabama, we're going to take a look here at the Birmingham storm. Hey, Blondie, thank you so much for joining. Yeah. So I actually did something kind of dumb on my side, and I had issues with the Google side of the whole monetization issue, and it was completely my fault. I just didn't know any better. And so I had switched AdSense accounts, and it caused me to kind of demonetize myself. And so I got to wait 32 days to put it back on my original account so I could get paid, if that makes sense. It was just a dumb, dumb thing that I did, just in a panic mode, because I couldn't see uh, where AdSense had added the money. I didn't realize that they had now added a separate tab for YouTube, and so yeah, I made a boo boo. So I won't see anything for at least 60 days. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. Supposedly, I possibly made the threshold this month from the previous 2 months, but I'm not counting on it right now. But we'll see what happens. Yep, John made a dum dum. Yeah, yeah, definitely. A lot of storms, probably very noisy in Birmingham right now with the heavy winds and rain and lightning and thunder. Yeah, things happen. Springer, New Mexico, some large hail falling there. Excuse me. Up to 2.5-inch hail. That's moving towards Grenville, New Mexico. That's gonna pop over into the. It's gonna pretty much head towards the. It's either gonna move northeast and eventually get into Colorado, or it's gonna keep moving east along this carousel of storms and go into Texas. So could be a very busy night for severe weather tonight. Not gonna be covering this all night, but I'll be covering it as long as I can. Do need help getting this shared out for whatever reason. I guess people got used to me storm chasing during the day, so I appreciate all my supporters who continue to support uh, the Storm Chasing Guide channel. We recently grew to 2.54k subscribers here on the channel, so do appreciate y'all. Shoveling Jedi, I appreciate you. Yeah, that storm is going to continue to push off to the south here. This is going towards Waco proper, this storm here. Aw, Vicky, thank you so much for your continued support here. I can't do it without you guys, so I always appreciate you. If people live in the affected area, I love to know if there's ways that I can help people at any given chance I can. Doesn't look like there's any definitive rotation with this storm. It looks like it's becoming more of an outflow dominant storm. Probably producing a lot of lightning, a lot of hail, damaging winds. This could have winds exceeding 65. Yeah, see, you can actually see that outflow dominant boundary with this storm starting to kick off here, which could influence the inflow region of this, but I think this storm here is dying off. So hopefully that's the end of these two storms coming into Waco. I wouldn't be surprised if Waco gets rocked pretty hard with some heavy winds, heavy rain, and probably possibly some large hail. They are saying that there is possibly up to 3-inch hail with this storm coming towards Waco, but its reading here is ping pong ball size from the warning. Hello from Mount Clem again. Mount Clem, I think you're in the clear. Um, these storms have largely uh, really fallen apart. Um, Yeah, I wouldn't worry all that much. But if you're in Waco, you really need to be paying attention. Mount Clem, this storm here, you're probably getting a lot of lightning, probably some gusty winds associated with this, probably some hail too, maybe some small hail. But the worst of it should be going in this direction, but I think this storm is dying out. Oh god, it's a horrible arrow. I'm so sorry. That was like worse than what a fifth grader could probably do. But yeah, there, that's somewhat of an arrow. But that storm's going to be pushing off towards Hallsberg. Um, so yeah, there that one's largely got some decent hail. It looks like it's losing its inflow region, where this one's really picking up its inflow. Actually, depending on actually, you know what? That might actually be that. I think that's actually outflow technically. Let me check here. Let me see, because I was looking at the radar from the wrong direction. Yeah, so that's gonna be more. There's a broad rotation there. Um, but yeah, so this is gonna be more of an outflow driven setup. I'm not too confident in this. I think that might be hail interference at the mid levels. But it does have a little minor hook. It is something to watch, but it's in the wrong place where the storm is, so I'm not super worried about there being a tornado. I'm still wondering if these two end up colliding with each other and kind of enhancing this storm up here. But we'll have to just keep watching, and I'll definitely let you know if anything suspicious starts going on. Watching that one carefully. That one's kind of been my. I'm gonna favor this one tonight. Um, this one is it's got a little bit of a rotation on it right now. Too. This one is near Hollandale, and this is in. Is that? Where'd it go? That's Humphreys, Sunflower, and Washington counties. In that is moving towards Yazoo City, in Mississippi. So if you're in the Yazoo, Mississippi area, you need to be paying attention. I think the worst of this is going to miss areas like Rolling Fork. It could get close. We're gonna have to watch this. That's gonna come right near Angula. Is it Angula? And it's gonna kind of move in between Angula and Luis, possibly towards Yazoo. We'll have to see what happens. This one is kind of concerning too. In fact, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning. Moving southeast at 40 miles per hour, ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Midnight, it'll be around midnight at 11:45. Well, that's not quite midnight. No, I'm just kidding. Luis and Yazoo City around in the next 40 minutes or so. So, just a heads up there. If you live in this area, please be seeking shelter. This is a dangerous storm. Better to be safe than sorry, especially after everything that's occurred. I am very interested in this area of rotation. Let's take a look at where that actually is. Let's dual panel this right now and take a look at where that is. See, that rotation here is showing up in the wrong part of the storm, so, and it's not as busy in the second frame. Let's take a look at level 2. Maybe we can get a better picture. Maybe it's far away from the radar. Um, yeah, see, that's a little bit more where I would have the placement of any rotation. That's looking weak at best. So just something to watch as that continues to progress to the southeast there. That's eventually going to make its way towards Yazoo City and Bonita. We also got some more storms behind it. If any of these create an outflow boundary, um, this little complex could produce a little bit of an outflow boundary, which can enhance some of that shear sometimes, and cause a little bit of a oopsie. So something to watch. Thank you so much for the 18 people watching. Make sure to hit that like button, share this out, subscribe to the channel, and we do appreciate you for tuning in. We have a big lightning show at the DFW airport. I could imagine. Yeah, it's probably if you're looking south of DFW, is my guess, towards these storms down here. Let's been to that airport so many times. I felt like there was times I needed to get a vacation rental in the airport because I was going flying in and out of that city so many times. Gotta love DFW airport. A place is like it's so easy to get lost. It's a huge airport. Yeah, a lot of lightning going on. There is some lightning here as well, kind of in this forward flank region. I still have this curling going on here. You can actually still see a hook here on the precipitation, but there's no rotation right now. So actually, there is a little bit right here. I just kind of noticed that. Little TVS signature. Nothing to worry about right now. Just something to watch. And it's in the wrong area anyway. The area I would be concerned about is here, but I'm not even seeing that. So sometimes it really helps to dual screen this so I don't get tripped up being like, oh, look, a hook, and then there's no rotation. So like what I can do is I can take a side by side here of the storm and what it's doing, and this is all outflow dominant. That's a Boeing area of wind here. It's a false TVS signature. Um, so that's gonna create some pretty gusty winds. Yeah, it's not gonna produce a tornado. There's no way. That storm is on its way out. Both of these storms are eventually. Unless they combine, which could still happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston and College Station got in on the mix tonight. Earlier, there was some more definitive rotation with those storms. These I'm not looking super impressed with right now. That's actually better broad level rotation than the other one, but that could also be da da da. That could also be some hail and reflecting off of the could be some topsy turvy kind of winds here. Um, Nothing too much to worry about right now, but some large hail definitely coming towards Stanford, just north of the Abilene area. That would be Stonewall County, Kenton, Stonewall County here. If you guys have a specific area you live in, because I know Arkansas right now, New Mexico, Colorado, South Carolina now getting in on the action here with some severe weather. This is another outflow dominant storm here. Um, so that's going to be pushing off towards Lawrence, South Carolina. South Carolina, Anderson, Greenville, and Pickens County. And then we have Alabama with multiple warnings right now. We got Desha and Drew, Bibb, Jefferson, Shelby, and St. Clair counties. Mississippi, there is Humphreys, Sharkley, Yazoo. We also have Humphreys in Washington, Desha and Drew, Arkansas. That's going to be moving into Mississippi. Oklahoma, Texas border right now. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings here near Texoma and Stratford. This is a big hailer here, so that's going to continue to move over towards Glover and Spearman. Move to Huntsville, Alabama. The first night we get storms, definitely. Birmingham, Alabama. I've done that so many times too. Birmingham, Alabama, or south of Bam. There's like a supercell shooting south of Birmingham. Let's take a look at Alabama. So right now, Birmingham, this is more of a squall line. This is not what I classify as a supercell. Um, this is a double Boeing segment squall line. This is going to have some damaging winds as that continues to push off to the southeast. More like a MCS, mesoscale convective system. Um, that's going to continue to push off here to the southeast. That's going to eventually probably move into Atlanta, that northern section of it. It's probably going to eventually push off towards Montgomery and Columbus. So watch out in this area here. This is all outflow driven. There's no risk of tornadoes here tonight. Just could be some really squally weather that moves through. Hey, no problem, Charles. I hope drawing this out actually helps. Um, yeah, nice light show. Do you think tomorrow's risk could get upgraded? It's very possible. I think the big day is gonna be Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, tomorrow could be upgraded. Possibly. We'll see. We'll have to wait for that update there. 16 people watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this out, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're going over multiple different states. We have Alabama, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, South Carolina. If you have family and friends in those states, please share this out. Likely to see tornadoes anywhere tomorrow. Um, After I kind of see that maybe there isn't going to be, I'm just trying to make sure there's not going to be like a surprise tornado risk tonight. I'm trying to go through all these storms and I'm really not seeing it, which is good. Yeah, that's all outflow dominant as it's coming towards Yazoo. That's just a hailer. That's a wind. That's going to be some damaging winds, possibly, right on the leading line of that. That one coming into Waco is really fizzing out. I think it's going to die off before it even hits Waco. It looks like it's losing a lot of its energy here with these two. So we'll continue to watch that. We have South Carolina, yeah, and South Carolina is going to be fine. Texas. Um, Yeah, I think Mississippi too. Yeah, I don't think anything major is gonna happen tonight. I think tomorrow is going to be the bigger day? Um, yeah, it's a good question. Right now we can go ahead and pop up the handy dandy NASA made science weather program app. No, just kidding. It's called Pivotal Weather. This is what I use to forecast tornadoes. It's very, very handy. So, things I'm gonna look at here. Let's go RRFSA. This is kind of what I use for forecasting storms. So this will kind of give me a look tomorrow afternoon. We got a strong amount of we have that jet stream. You have a low pressure here, so that's a low. You have a low pressure here over the Great Lakes. You got a pseudo negatively tilted trough here, kind of with a couple of embedded short waves. Um, I wish there was a way to draw this. That would be cool. Click for sounding. No, yeah, I wish there was a way to draw. But so we got like 50 knots of shear across parts of Texas. Definitely some higher shear into Arkansas. Kind of got a couple of these different waves moving into parts of the Mid South and into Texas. Uh, they make extensions where you can draw on the screen. Well, that would be very helpful. Extensions for Streamlabs or let me log in. It might actually help if I log into my thing here. Ah, they get me with the you need to pay for our services thing. I see how it is. Pivotal weather, tricky monkey. So another thing that I'm gonna look at here, if we go back over to our low-level jet, this is let's do this for cheating purposes because I know it's gonna be in Texas, this kind of region right here. Tomorrow you're gonna have a low-level jet set up here. This can enhance the spin in the atmosphere here. This will be the spin in the atmosphere, that kind of counteracting wind. So you have these winds, these easterlies and some southerlies too. So you can actually see where there's some of that spin in the atmosphere as this low level jet starts to take place. Um, some enhanced areas of some moderate shear at the low levels, and you're also going to have definitely some shear here um, at the 500 millibar level. So that's something that I look at. That's kind of placement for where this is. Now, the other thing I'm going to look at is your surface-based instability. It's another ingredient here where these storms could form. And looks like there's like a little bit of a low pressure right here. That is kind of an interesting feature. Sometimes right on that axis of that low pressure, you can get in some enhanced spin. See, where you have 5,940 cape available tomorrow, this is where things can start to get a little concerning, and it's even more here. Where you're starting to see these kind of reds here, that's definitely concerning. 7,000 cape can definitely do some weird stuff even without wind shear involved. Add some wind shear, and you could be looking at a major tornado outbreak. Yeah, opinion on the El Nino change. I definitely think it has increased our severe weather potential this year. Oh, got you, Caden. Thank you for that. This is a lot of potential for severe weather here. Um, it could be a big day for areas like Waco. A little cheat code that you can sometimes use here is to go towards your significant tornado parameter. But there's other little cheat codes day of that I use to get better placement. See, this is got some backing winds, some very strong mid-level shear, 70 knots. Not as good of low-level shear, but that's right around that low that looks like it possibly sets up. Going into Tuesday or Monday night, late night, could uh could be like right near Waco area. That doesn't look good at all. That's a horrible sounding. Um, Not something I would use. Uh, but that is a little. That's not looking bad. Due to the very extreme instability, it can work itself out with the low level shear, possibly. But that's a really kind of dangerous. That's a pretty curved photograph. It does have a little bit of some contamination in it though, so we'll have to see what happens. We're gonna have to. There's gonna be some serious mapping involved that goes on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too overly thrilled with that photograph. That looks like some large hail potential here. Anytime you start to get these more curved photographs, I start looking around at any area of like low pressure setting up. Sometimes you can get some of that enhanced. We'll take a look here at uh, if I get off of work on time or if I'm not working tomorrow. So this is kind of this model I use religiously. I usually get on some pretty good storms with the RRFSA. It's kind of my go-to trusted. And see, when you have storms like that look like that, that's we're gonna take a look here at our sounding. And it does show a decent environment. This would be Monday night at like 7 o'clock. Um, so that's something to pay attention to. That's kind of a scary sounding, but it's very contaminated. Um, Take it further south here. Yeah, a lot of these soundings are quite contaminated, so I can't really take them all too seriously. That one's probably the least contaminated I've seen. That is a pretty well curved photograph. Kind of weak low level shear, but really good upper level shear. So we'll have to see. This could be potential pretty big day. So we'll have to see how it all works out. I think Monday could be a pretty big event. Um, If I'm not working tomorrow, I will probably head up towards Dallas. We'll see though. It's probably going to be an extremely large hail threat, but there is a tornado threat because of the very extreme instability. You get some wind shear with a 7,000 cape, and some weird stuff can happen. Even without wind shear with 7,000 cape can do weird things, aka 1997 Gerald tornado. Not saying that there's going to be an F5. I'm just making an example. Where did you learn how to read radar? I'm still not super perfect at it. I am Skywarn Advanced, so I've taken some online classes. I can put a reference for you guys if you want. That I use. It's so if I go Skywarn online program, there's God, I can never remember the actual website, so I just go off of this. Uh, Online spotter program. There we go. There's a lot of resourceful information on this website. This is called MetEd training. This is for if you want to get your Skywarn certification. You appear to be offline. What does that mean? Pretty sure I'm online. There we go. So this is you. There's hundreds of courses here. They add new ones all the time for learning how to gauge flooding and all of that. This is a really, really cool program. Here, I'll put it in the chat. If anybody wants to learn more on Skywarn there's the link. But yeah, so like if radar, you type in radar, it'll bring you up weather radar fundamentals. And it has a bunch of courses and learning areas that you can take tests and do the whole nine. There's quizzes that you can take. So really, really cool to learn new things. I use MetEd. I got multiple certifications from there. Uh, this a lot of this stuff just comes from years of chasing and that kind of stuff. Oh, no way. That's crazy. Yeah, this is unfortunately derecho season. So if you guys don't know what a derecho is, it's basically 200. It's probably like it's they can range from like about 100-mile long squall line, and they can travel halfway across the country. It's nuts. They've actually had it where it's gone from like Illinois over into Maryland in one night, and these things have winds exceeding 100 miles an hour for that whole time period, and they can just do catastrophic damage. Um, some are not as bad as others, but like the Iowa derecho, I think it was in 2020, ended up having like 122 mile per hour winds as it came into Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and did just absolutely catastrophic damage. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, they're definitely no joke. I'll be right back, guys. Just give me a brief second here. Probably hear me I just realized I'm like showing you guys stuff and you guys can't hear me at all, so I do apologize. So basically, right now, I am getting all that footage from that 8 days of chasing nonstop from my chasecation, where we traveled clear across 5 different states, chasing tornadoes and severe weather. I documented 7 tornadoes on this trip, and oh no, yeah, 7 tornadoes on this trip. And so I'll be uploading some of that amazing footage across Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and I'm missing a state. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico. Yeah, I only chased in 4 states. But yeah, it was a wild, wild adventure, and be uploading some of that soon. I don't want to show anything right now because I'm going to be working on also putting a new trailer, new members only content that I'm going to be releasing. So, some pretty awesome stuff. How much hail did I see? I almost lost my windshield on the last day. I almost lost it completely. It's already cracked and damaged. I need to replace it anyway, but I ended up taking some pretty heavy golf ball size hail trying to catch up to that last tornado near was it Dryden, Texas, south of Fort Stockton. We had already gotten 4 tornadoes. We were going on the fifth one, and unfortunately didn't make it to that last one. Day two, they just released the day two outlook, and it is a slight risk all the way from northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, all the way to southern Georgia. Some and a secondary risk for the panhandle of Texas, extreme northeast parts of New Mexico, southeast Colorado, panhandle Texas, southeast Kansas, or southwest Kansas. So it could be a potential pretty pretty interesting severe weather threat. See what continues to happen with that. Be interesting to see the next couple days outlooks. They didn't enhance it. It's very large slight risk, which I think they're gonna probably leave room for potentially upgrading it in the future. Grapefruit-sized hail fell in Denton 2 hours ago. That is some very large hail. That is almost 4-inch hail. Also today there was a tornado in northeast Colorado. A lot of severe weather. Congratulations to all the chasers out there today. What the heck is that? Okay, that's weird why it's showing that little blue. That's a little nasty cell right there. Got that kind of flying eagle look to it. Some large destructive hail probably falling in this storm. This is going to be near Stamford, Texas, north of Abilene. 2-inch hail falling. So hopefully people have a way to test MPing. That's what that blue dot is. Um, Still got that large hailer, large severe thunderstorm. Moving into Waco Metro now. So little bit of broad circulation there, but nothing too crazy. But the destructive hail aspect of it, that could be pretty damaging for Waco. Ping pong ball size hail. If you live in Waco, this is the time to get your car, um, especially if you live on the western side of Waco. You need to put your car or put blankets on your windows and that kind of stuff. So I would advise doing that now versus later. That's gonna be moving southeast. What's the biggest hail you've ever chased? Baseball. I had my old car get destroyed by um, softballs, so about 3.5 inch hail. That one was pretty bad. Yeah, that's a nasty little elevated supercell. Coming right into downtown Waco. If you're in Waco, you need to be putting your covers on your car. That could this thing has a real potential of destroying windows and stuff like that. Alabama, nothing too concerning right now. There is a little bit of a weak rotation area. That would be near Epps. Arkansas, this one actually has a little bit of a side lobed rotation to it. I'm not too concerned about it dropping a tornado at the moment. Something to watch though, as that keeps dropping south. New Mexico, extremely large hail falling with this, 3.5 inch hail possible. Moving towards Grenville. Um, a lot of these Oklahoma, Texas storms, Boise City in the panhandle of Oklahoma, probably some small hail falling right now, about quarter size or less. Yep. So that's kind of a list of all of our warnings right now. I am paying attention to all of these just to make sure nothing too crazy goes on. I'll flip back to the Alabama storm. That's our strongest potential of rotation right now. It does kind of look like this storm's falling apart a little bit, just based off of what I see. We'll have to keep watching this as it goes towards Demopolis. But May 9th, 2016 was probably the largest hail trying to catch up to the Sulphur, Oklahoma tornado. Sometimes I don't get what Reed does. He said he drove into a tornado before. No, Reed's definitely drove into tornadoes before. He has specialized vehicles that protect him. They're very expensive piece of scientific equipment. The Dominators. He actually just recently took the Dominator 3 into a tornado in Nebraska. He has spikes that drill into the ground, and he lets the tornado pass on top of him while he collects scientific data. It's not a lie, it's 100% true. I've never seen them happen because I don't get that close to tornadoes, and if Reed's driving into one, I back the heck off. I don't think an F5, but he definitely survived a F3 in that thing in Nebraska. I think that about 160 mile per hour winds is probably the strongest that thing can withstand. Unless they really do some heavy duty fortifications. Definitely some baseball size hail earlier near Flower Mound. Yeah, the cold tornado was a very scary tornado. Definitely could have had uh 200-mile-an-hour winds had it hit anything like a major population. It could have been a higher rating than an EF3. Very, very dangerous tornado. Second cold tornado, we actually got pretty close to. But we ended up keeping a little bit of distance away and got a really good view of it. That is actually on my channel. You guys can check that out. Rolling Fork, Mississippi was the scariest tornado I personally chased. Now, I started my second chase ever was the day the Moore, Oklahoma tornado hit. I only saw the damage after the effect about 2 hours later, and that was actually the first time I ever did search and rescue. But the craziest one I've ever seen was this year. Was Rolling Fork. It was very devastating. We watched it from a mile away smash into that town. I've chased 16 tornadoes this year. I'm not the best storm chaser out there, but hell, I give it my best shot, and this year's been paying off pretty good. My forecasting has gotten a lot better. Let's just put it that way. Tri-State was in 1925. There's not a whole lot of people that remember that one. Um, but yes, that was a very bad tornado. Large destructive hail going towards Grenville, New Mexico. Taking a look over towards Boise City right now. This one has some large destructive hail. This one's kind of weaker. This one's pretty strong though. It has fallen apart a lot though. That one coming towards Stanford has some very large hail, about possibly close to baseball size. We'll see. 2-inch hail. So that's encroaching on about uh, golf ball to tennis ball sized. Yeah, Mayfield was a pretty strong tornado. That was close to an F5. I wouldn't have doubted if that had yeah, see, like that's right in that inflow region. That's a that's an area of dry air though. This is this is your inflow notch. You'll usually see a storm that has you'll see that inflow notch in person with this clear cut in the hook. Um, that area of rotation isn't really rotation. That's just clear air. So that's not uh, about to drop a tornado. The area I'd be concerned about dropping a tornado would be this area here, and that's all inflow. So that's not capable of producing a tornado, at least at the minute. But some very strong hail and damaging winds is possible right now. Um, I always got to dive deep into the radar because you can. One bad radar can give you kind of a weak look at things. This storm is coming into North Waco still. Has some 2-inch hail indicators. This thing had ping pong ball size hail coming into Lady Lakeview. Have a good night, Vicky. Thank you so much for coming in. The more tornado, you literally had the weatherman say, "Get out of your house and drive away." Well, they were more like with both the more tornadoes because they were F5. It was actually not livable above ground if that tornado had hit. And in fact, it actually killed a lot of people who weren't able to get into an underground shelter, especially the 99. 99 was just a different kind of monster, similar to your El Reno tornado. Looks like a lot of these storms are kind of starting to die out. That one's still pretty strong near Stanford, but it's not going to go tornado warned. I just wanted to cover some of these threats here to just kind of analyze and make sure nothing was going to go too nuts. Another big day for severe weather tomorrow. Could kind of go over. They haven't issued the new update yet, so. Tomorrow, I think there could be a 5% tornado risk, and especially in Texas. I think it could be a little surprise severe weather situation. I think also Colorado, just because of the streamlined vorticity of the Rockies, you could get a land spout or two, maybe an actual tornado. We'll see. Today they had an actual tornado near Marino, Colorado. But yeah, it's something to watch. But yeah, these storms are really falling apart this evening. Um, really, this is probably our strongest one, and this one's outflow driven. You can actually see the outflow boundary being kicked up here. Uh, going down the line here and seeing what's going on in other parts of Texas, not a whole lot going on. So um, it's kind of all quiet on the western front except for this storm here near Waco, and that one's pretty much falling apart at the moment. We'll just, yeah, it doesn't look significant as all. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. If I'm not working tomorrow, I'll head up north, try to get in front of these storms. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be hopefully live tomorrow, and or if I'm not live tomorrow afternoon, I'll keep everybody updated. If I have a schedule at work, I'll let you guys know. If I can make it on after work, I'll try to do that. But we'll see what happens. And thank you guys so much for staying tuned with me tonight. And I'll be sure to update everybody. Sorry, I'm tired. Uh, I'll be sure to update everybody in the community section, so you guys will have the latest information. Yeah, some big hail in Lady Lakeview. Can't go outside, but sounds bigger than pea size. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that you're having some quarter, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe some isolated half-dollar size hail on this storm. This is the one over Lady Lakeview right now. Just south of Lady Lakeview, some quarter size hail. I think the major part of it is going to be off to your northwest. Probably a lot of lightning though going on. Um, I don't think there's gonna be a tornado with this storm, so it's pretty much dying off. The storm's pretty much starting to fall apart. It's losing its axis of instability, and it's gonna recharge tomorrow. Tomorrow could be an interesting day. Phil Campo. Oh, Phil Campbell. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a new tornado warning here. This is in New Mexico. Hold on. I'm not going off just yet. New tornado warning in New Mexico going on right now. This is just to the south of Granville. Just to the west of Clayton. It's over some very rural areas. This is not too far from the panhandle of Texas. Um, Very slow moving storm. A lot of hail involved with this as well. Uh, Take a look here. See. Tornado and baseball size hail. So very large destructive hail going on with this storm right now. Yeah, Phil Campbell was a very destructive EF5 tornado. It killed a lot of people. Um, but this is It's 29 miles south of Des Moines, New Mexico. If you live in this area of New Mexico, this is very rural, just north of Roy, northeast of Roy. You need to be seeking immediate shelter. Watch out if you're in Clayton and Texline. Uh, this is the time to be seeking shelter right now. Luckily, this is over some very extremely rural areas of New Mexico, but it is starting to push towards some more populated towns like Clayton, but it's moving very slow at 20 miles per hour. We'll stay tuned here a little bit longer, as long as we got this tornado warning going on. New Orleans sounding with about 4 hours ago with 14,000 Cape. Huh. Surprised there wasn't a major mesoscale accident. But ongoing tornado warning with baseball size hail currently in New Mexico. Doesn't look as strong as it was, but we are very far away from the radar, so I'm going to try to pop over into the level 2. Maybe we can try to get a better image of any rotation, but I'm just not quite seeing it at the moment. Yep. Tomorrow could be a big day, possibly in southern Colorado and north central Texas. Something to really pay attention to. We could also have a little tornado threat along the Gulf of Mexico and Alabama. Just really gotta watch conditions as they occur. But yeah, there is a ongoing tornado warning with baseball size hail currently in New Mexico. If you're on Highway 56 there, south and east of Clay, or south and west of Clay, um, yeah, you're probably, if you're in between Clayton and Springer right now on Highway 56, that is some large destructive hail. Unfortunately, I'm not getting a very good radar image of this storm right now. My nearest radars are Amarillo, and that gives me a very spotty image of that storm. Uh, the other one would be up here in Kansas, or sorry, Colorado, southern Colorado, and that's giving us kind of the best of the best picture of what's going on with this storm. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the bigger day, guys. Thank you for hearing me out and letting me ramble on. But I'm trying to help get warnings out, and this is a very dangerous storm, very large destructive hail, and it will be near Gladstone at 11:30 Mountain Time. So right about now, it's near Gladstone. Um, if you're in Gladstone, you need to be seeking shelter. Very dangerous storm. Large destructive hail and tornado possible. So it is under warning, so tornado is imminent. That's going to be moving towards the Texas line and get within the vicinity of maybe south of Dalehart. Hopefully, they can allow that warning to expire and no major populations get affected. Thank you so much for the 9 people still watching the stream. Thank you so much for the 40 likes here. If you haven't already, please continue to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and share this out. We'll be hopefully trying to go live again tomorrow. If you guys would like to donate to the page and help fund the research to study these storms, to understand what's going on at the ground level and help provide funds for the chase, I do have a Cash App and PayPal if you guys would like to help support the page. I also do have a wish list with some emergency supplies and medical supplies. If you guys want to help contribute to that as well, that link is in my About section. Seems like my radar app froze. But thank you guys for joining in. I am probably going to end the stream here. We do have this ongoing tornado warning, but it is late for me. I've been working all day, so fortunately, I'm going to have to end the live and then see what happens tomorrow. I'll see if I'm either working or whatnot. But make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys for joining tonight. Take care, and I will chat with you on the next stream. And hopefully, it's a live chase. All right, guys, have a good night.